Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. For today's video, pag-uusapan naman natin ang Quarter 1 Module 5 Types of Speech Context ng Oral Communication in Context. So, diretso na tayo sa what's new. So, speech context. Context when referring to speech communication is the surroundings, circumstances, environment, background, or setting that determine, specify, or clarify the meaning of an event. So, sabi daw dito, yung context daw, yun yung lugar kung saan nangyayari ang communication at kung anong nangyayari during the communication, pati na rin yung environment, background ng mga speakers during the communication, tsaka lahat actually ng factors na pwedeng maka-specify at maka-clarify ng ibig sabihin ng mga pinagsasasabi ng mga speakers, yun yung context. According to Devito, context daw refers to the setting in which the communication takes place. Context helps to establish meaning and can influence what is said and how it is said. So sabi niya, pag sinabing context, ito yung tumutulong para maka-establish ng meaning nung ibig sabihin ng mga message. Tapos, pwede rin daw itong maka-impluwensya, yung context, maka-impluwensya sa anong sinasabi at kung paano sinasabi. Read and carefully evaluate the statements written inside a circle, then select from the given communication context what you think matches the phrase. So, pipili daw tayo ng sa A to E. So, number 1, consoling a friend who is feeling down. Pili tayo dito. Ito ay letter C, communication between two persons. So, dalawa lang yung mga taong nag-uusap dito. Una, ikaw. Ikalawa, yung friend mo na feeling down. Number 2, cheering yourself up before an important event. So, isang tao lang ang involved dito. Ikaw lang. Chinicheer mo yung sarili mo. Saan ba tayo? Ano pang answer dito? Ay letter B, communication with self. Ito, nabanggit ko na to last time at nabanggit na rin nung mga nakaraang module na sabi dito yung communication takes place daw between two persons. Actually, pwede siyang mangyari between one person lang. So, ikaw yung receiver, ikaw din yung speaker ng message. Number 3, delivering your graduation speech to your fellow graduates. Ito ay communication in public, letter A. Number 4, discussing with your group mates your assigned report. Ang answer dito ay communication in a small group. Hindi kasi magiging answer tong communication in a small group sa number 3 kasi yung fellow graduates mo ay considering na madami kayo, so marami to sila ang mga graduates, so hindi siya small group, public na siya. What is it? Speech context is important because it helps you communicate appropriately. Understand the meaning of any message conveyed and respond accordingly. So, importante daw yung speech context kasi nakakatulong daw to kung paano yung tamang pakikipag-communicate sa ibang tao. Nakatulong din daw yung speech context para maintindihan yung ibig sabihin ng kahit na anong mensahe na papunta sa'yo. Tsaka kung paano ka magre-respond sa message na na-receive mo. So, in order for you daw to have a clear grasp of what's ewan ko kung naririnig nyo, ang lakas ng ulan dito, grabe. So, para daw makakuha tayo ng malinaw na ibig sabihin or malinaw na kahulugan kung ano nga ba yung speech context, ito yung mga iba't ibang types niya. So, number 1, intrapersonal. This refers to a type of communication that is focused on one person. So, isa lang ang person. Ikaw yung receiver, ikaw din yung speaker ng mensahe. Where the speaker acts both as the sender and the receiver of the message. The message is made up of thoughts and feelings while the medium is the brain that processes what you think and feel. So yung message daw, iniisip mo lang yung message, sinasabi mo sarili mo, tsaka ang message daw ay yung pakiramdam mo. Siyempre, magagawa mo lang ito pag meron kang brain, so which is the medium of the communication. Ang brain yung nagpa-process kung ano yung naiisip mo tsaka nararamdaman mo. Examples. There is a voice within you that tells you, it's okay. You can still do it. You can make it. When you're losing your drive to finish the task that you are doing. O kunwari daw kapag may ginagawa kang trabaho tapos nawawalan ka na ng pag-asa kasi 'Di ba, deadline na bukas, tapos alas 12 na ng gabi, ngayon ka palang gumagawa, nawawalan ka ng pag-asa, pero nakakarinig ka ng sinasabihan mo yung sarili mo na, okay lang yan, kaya mo yan, huwag ka na lang matulog, para sa grades. Yun yung intrapersonal communication. Ikaw yung speaker, ikaw din yung receiver ng sinasabi mo. Another example, when you told yourself not to talk to your friends when you have read in a Facebook post that they were in a party and you were not invited. Sinasabi mo yung sarili mo na huwag mong kausapin yan, hindi ka niya inimbita sa isang party. Ikaw yung kumakausap sa sarili mo. Kadalasan to nasa isip lang. Kadalasan sa interpersonal communication, iniisip lang natin yung sinasabi natin sa ating sarili kasi ayaw natin na may makarinig sa atin kasi mamumukha tayong engot. So, yun. Number 2, interpersonal communication. This refers to the type of communication that takes place between and among people and creates a personal relationship between and among them. So, meron ka ng kasama. No? Meron tong dalawang types dyad communication. So, from the word dyad, this communication, nangyayari siya sa dalawang tao. Una, ikaw, ikalawa yung kausap mo. Example, you console your brother who was feeling down. Kinakausap mo siya kasi may problema siya. So, yun yung dyad. Involved lang dito yung dalawang tao. Small group naman, this applies to interactions involving at least 3 but not more than 12 people. So, kapag umabot na ng 3 hanggang 12 na people, ito ay small group. Under pa rin siya ng interpersonal communication. Example, you're having a discussion with your 2 brothers about a surprise party you're planning for your mom's birthday. So, involved na dito yung dalawang brothers. So, 3 kayong nag-uusap. So, 3 to 12, interpersonal communication. So, paano naman kapag lumagpas na ng 12? So, dito niyan papasok sa public. This type refers to a communication that enables you to send or deliver a message before a crowd. Maramihan na yung kausap mo. Nagde-deliver ka ng graduation speech in front of your fellow schoolmates. Marami sila. So, hindi niyan pwedeng pumasok sa small group kasi small group 3 to 12 lang. Under ng interpersonal communication. Kapag marami na, papasok na yan sa public. In public communication daw, unlike interpersonal and small groups, the channels are more exaggerated. The voice is louder and the gestures are more expansive because the audience is larger. Siyempre, kapag speaker ka, dapat marunong ka mag-adjust depende sa audience mo. So, sinasabi rito na mas malakas yung voice mo. Okay? Malakas yung voice mo dapat para mas malayo yung nararating, mas maraming makakarinig, especially kung hindi ka gumagamit ng microphone tsaka speaker. Gestures daw, yung galaw ng katawan mo ay dapat expansive, malakihan, na? Para makita siya, para makita yung non-verbal communication mo ng mga taong nasa malayo. Examples, delivering a graduation speech to your fellow graduates. So, alam niyo na yan. Number 4, mass communication. Pag sinabing mass communication, involved na dito yung paggamit ng television, radio, newspapers, magazines, books, billboards, the internet, and other types of media. So, kapag nakakarating na yung mensahe through television at kung ano-ano pa, papasok na yan sa mass communication. So, example dito, you're watching a televised briefing of IATF on COVID-19. So, nagbibigay sila ng informative ideas tungkol sa COVID-19. Napanood mo sila sa TV. So, mass communication yung tawag doon. Key verbal and non-verbal behavior in a speech context. Different speech context, whether it is intrapersonal, interpersonal, public, or mass communication, requires different approaches. Though there might be some occasional similarities, you should at least know how to behave and respond to various speech contexts appropriately. So, sinasabi rito na iba-iba daw yung pag-approach mo sa communication, depende sa kung anong speech context kung saan ka nandoon sa speech context na yun. So when talking to yourself daw, you might be familiar with the feeling of quietly talking to yourself in your mind, and huwag kang mag-alala, hindi ka baliw, normal lang yun. So good for you. By performing this, it makes you think and reflect on the things you have done or are planning to do. But here are some important reminders that you need to keep in mind. Kapag nakikipag-usap daw tayo sa sarili natin, kinakausap mo yung sarili mo, nakapag-reflect ka. Nakapag-reflect, ibig sabihin na nare-realize mo kung anong dapat gawin sa ganitong sitwasyon, anong dapat na sagot sa ganong na tanong. So, kakaroon ng self-reflection. Reminders daw kapag when it comes to talking to yourself, number 1, use self-talk to your advantage. Cheering yourself up before an important event or talking to yourself while completing a task are two perfect opportunities for self-talk. Chinicheer mo yung sarili mo, hindi mo dinadown yung sarili mo. Sinasabi mo na, kaya mo to. Kaya nga ng classmate ko na hindi nag-review. Ako pa kaya na buong gabi ako nag-review. Don't overdo it. Wag daw sobra-sobra. While it is normal to talk to yourself constantly, it is better not to overuse yourself of doing so. The most common reason why people end up talking to themselves is because they feel like they do not have someone else to talk to. Ang iba daw kasi, palagi silang nakikipag-usap sa sarili nila kasi wala silang ibang makausap kundi ang sarili nila. To address this, you need to be more sociable. Makikipag-usap ka sa ibang tao. It would give you more people to talk to other than yourselves. So, magandang ano rin to kasi kapag sarili mo lang yung kausap mo, yung idea na come up mo is limited galing sa'yo, whereas kung nakikipag-usap ka sa ibang tao, maraming mga idea kang makukuha. When talking to one person or small group of people, dapat meron kang mga i-consider. So, ito yun. Number 1, listen carefully. Needless to say, this is the very basic foundation of effective communication. Parang common sense naman na to. You have to listen carefully and understand what the other person is saying. So, tandaan, magkaiba yung naririnig mo kesa sa naiintindihan mo. Pwede tayong magkarinigan, pero pwede tayong hindi magkaintindihan. Asking clarifying questions lets the other person know that you are indeed listening attentively. So, syempre, hindi naman lahat ng naririnig natin naiintindihan natin. So, kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag ng mga clarifying questions. Kina-clarify mo kung tama ba yung message or idea na natanggap mo. More so, take active part. You also need to be heard and understood what it is or when it is your time to speak. So, hindi lang yung lagi ka nalang nakikinig, dapat mag-share ka rin daw ng mga ideas. Number 2, check your tone and body language. The vocabulary of the body is more revealing than the actual words you speak. Kaya nga, minsan nahahalata natin na nagsisinungaling yung isang tao kasi yung sinasabi niya is hindi akma dun sa ginagawa ng katawan niya. Kaya importante din yung galaw ng katawan. So, watch your tone and body language while you are talking. Yung tono ng pananalita, di ba? Yung words, parang hindi ka naman galit, di ba? Pag nabasa mo yung, or pag sinulat mo lang yung mensahe mo, pero pag sinabi mo na may kasamang pagalit na tono, syempre, malalaman na ng kausap mo kung ano ba talaga yung nararamdaman mo. Kaya importante rin yung tone aside sa body language or body language. Is your tone tough? Do you smile and encourage the person you're talking to? So your body language now tells more about your emotions and thoughts than your actual words. Yan. Nare-reveal ng body language mo yung emosyon mo at kung ano ba talaga yung totoong nasa isip mo. Bear this in mind the next time you have a conversation with someone. Check your body language to ensure that it is consistent with your words. Number 3, when talking to the public, speaking in front of the crowd requires many preparations. So from analyzing your target audience to planning and drafting your speech up to the rehearsing part. So syempre hindi ka lang dapat basta-basta na lang tatayo dyan at i-deliver yung message para sa kanila. Kailangan mong mag-prepare. So from analyzing your target audience, kailangan mong i-analyze yung audience mo. You have to know your audience. Gaano karami sila, saan ka ba magsasalita, yung venue, yung environment, yung isip nila, ano ba yung estado nila sa buhay, sa edukasyon, lahat dapat alam mo. Tapos, to planning and drafting your speech up to the rehearsing part. The key, therefore, is to come prepared. Okay? Be yourself while you are on stage and speak in the way that you will be easily understood by your audience. So, be yourself daw, kasi mahirap naman kasi pag sa harap ka ng maraming tao, tapos pinipilit mong gawin yung hindi mo naman kadalasang ginagawa, may negative na effect kasi yun sa performance mo as a speaker. Kailangan malinaw yung pagkakasabi mo ng mga message mo kasi kaya ka naman kasi nandun para ikaw ay maintindihan at maparating mo sa kanila kung ano ba talaga yung mensahe na hinanda mo para sa kanila. So you will know more about this in the succeeding modules about the principles of speech delivery. So susunod na yun. What's more, crossword puzzle. Complete the puzzle below by identifying the 4 types of speech context and the 2 types of interpersonal communication evident in the presented situation. Sobrang dali lang nito guys. Ayoko nang na-explain to kung paano to gawin. Yung answer nasa module lang, crossword puzzle, konti lang naman to. Ilan ba to? 1 to 6 lang. What I have learned, number 1, based on what you have learned from the previous activities, define speech context in your own words. So, hindi ka kokopya ng mga nakasulat dito. Iintindihin mo kung anong nakasulat sa module, tapos mag-formulate ka ng your own definition. Ano ba yung speech context base sa pagkakaintindi mo at base sa na-learn mo sa module na to. Number 2, as a senior high school student, what do you think is the advantage of having good communication skills in a variety of contexts? Yun. Actually, maraming pwedeng sagot dito. Bigyan ko kayong isa. Ano daw bang advantage kapag meron kang maayos na communication skills, kapag magaling kang speaker? Ano ba yung advantage nun? Of course, one advantage is makukuha mo yung goal mo, ma-achieve mo yung goal mo. Diba? Pag manghihiram ka ng pera, tapos magaling kang makipag-usap, nakakahiram ka ng pera. Kailangan mo ng ballpen, yung katabi mo, hindi mo friend. Ba? Pag magaling ka sa communication skills, ma-achieve mo yung goal mo, makakahiram ka ng ballpen kahit hindi kayo close. Yung iba kasi, na mahiyain, hindi maayos sa pananalita, medyo mahina sa communication skills, so hindi nila na-achieve yung goal nila. Hindi sila nakakahiram ng ballpen, hindi sila nakakain, hindi sila nakakautang, di ba? Pansinin niyo yung mga mahilig umutang, guys. Maboka, di ba? Magaling sa communication skills. Ang bilis makauto ng tao. Yun. Kaya nakakahiram sila, nababaon na sila sa utang. Do you think it will help you improve your personality? Of course. Kapag magaling ka sa communication skills, may improve yung personalidad mo. So, bakit ba or paano ba? Actually, marami rin pwedeng sagot dito. Bigyan ko kayong isang example sa mga taong nakapaligid sa'yo or sa mga taong kilala mo. Merong mga taong gusto mong kausap palagi. Pero meron ding mga taong ayaw mong kausap, ni makita sila ayaw mo. Bakit ba? Kasi yung iba sa kanila, maayos kausap, masarap kausap, maganda yung personality. Yung iba naman sa kanila, pangit kausap. Bakit? Gusto sila na lang laging bida sa usapan. Tapos yung iba ayaw makinig or hindi kayang makinig sa mga sinasabi mo. Or yung iba naman hindi mo maintindihan yung mga sinasabi. So, nati-change ng communication skills yung personality mo. So, kung meron ba kayong mas magandang sagot doon, go kayo doon. Basta binigyan ko lang kayo ng isang idea. Number 3, do you agree with the statement, speech context can influence one's behavior? Yung parang kanina rin to sa number 2. Of course, kung anong speech context nandoon ka, may influensya nito yung behavior mo. Kunwari, sa interpersonal dyad, kausap mo yung friend mo, kayong dalawa lang. So, pwede kayong mag-share ng mga secrets, di ba? Lalo na pag sobrang close mo yung isang tao o nagiging kampante ka sa kanya sa interpersonal, gano'n. Tapos, kunwari sa public naman, siyempre maraming tao yun. Speaker ka in front, kailangan mong baguhin yung itsura mo, dun sa mga galaw mo, kailangan mong kontrolin. Kasi yung mga naririnig o yung nakikinig sa'yo, hindi mo naman mga friends yan, hindi mo naman mga kaibigan yan. Malamang umaten lang yan ng session kasi aabsinan sila ng teacher nila. Pero wala, yung iba dyan, binabantayan lang yung mga pagkakamali mo. Hindi mo sila kaibigan, gano'n na lang. So, of course, kapag alam mong may nakikinig sa'yo na hindi mo kaibigan, hindi mo naman kaano-ano, kailangan dapat maganda yung mga pinapakita mo para yung kredibilidad mo gumanda rin, 'di ba? Yun naman yung point doon para paniwalaan ka ng mga tao eh. Kailangan mong pagandahin yung credibility mo. Kapag pangit yung credibilidad mo, yung kung ano man yung sinasabi mo sa kanila, magdadalawang isip sila na paniwalaan ka. Number 4, which of the types of speech context do you find easy to practice? Which ones do you find it difficult? Yung pinakamadali siguro pag sa speech context, yung intrapersonal kasi ikaw lang naman yung involved. Lalo na sa mga taong mahiyain, di ba? Hindi masyado nakikipag-usap sa ibang tao, pero mas madaling kausap para sa kanila yung sarili nila. Kasi hindi sila mapapahiya, yung mga ganon. Tapos, which one do you find difficult? Yung pinakamahirap siguro dito, yung public. Diba? Ang daming manonood sa'yo eh. Konting pagkakamali mo lang. Lalo na ngayon, uso na cellphone, nakaka-record na sila. Dati okay lang naman eh. Kaya, di ba? Magkamali ka dati, nababaon na sa limot mga ilang araw lang. Pero ngayon, naka-record na, mag-viral ka pa. Mahirap na. Kaya, pag speaker ka, dapat prepared ka. 110% prepared ka. Diba? Pairalin mo na yung pagkapraning mo kapag magiging speaker ka. Ano ba yung mga pwedeng mangyari sa'yo? Dapat paghandaan mo. Number 5, what should you do to improve your skills? Isa lang naman yung answer dito eh. Practice. Practice ka lang ng practice. Hindi mo naman ito magagawa kung hindi mo pa practicein eh. Hindi naman ka biglang gagaling na lang bigla. Diba? Dapat may practice. And tandaan nyo guys, kailangan sa pag-answer dito sa activity na to, kailangan complete sentence yung gagawin nyo, yung susulat nyo. So, for example, sa number 5, what should you do to improve your skills? Magsimula kayo sa statement na I can improve my skills by, then dugtong nyo dun yung sagot nyo. Complete sentence para matuwa naman si teacher at ipasa kayo. What I can do, using the graphic organizer below, describe each type of speech context and give 3 examples for each. For description, refer to the following rubric. May rubric to eh. Okay. So, interpersonal description, susulat nyo kung ano ba yung interpersonal communication, di ba? Nasa module lang yung sagot. Tapos, nagbibigay kayo ng example. May binigay ng example si module dito, pero wag nyong kopyahin. Gumawa lang kayo or mag-isip kayo ng katulad ng example na binigay ni module. Yan lang. Tig 3. Dali lang to guys. Kaya nyo to. Assessment na kagad, lahat ng hinahanap nyo sagot na sa module lang. Kaya nyo, basahin nyo mabuti. Pag naiintindihan yung module, masasagutan nyo ng maayos yung assessment. Additional activities, try to recall what you did and how you felt when you experienced any of these situations. Your best friend confided a secret to you. May sinabi daw siyang secret niya. Yung secret niya, sinabi niya sa'yo. You delivered a speech in front of your classmates as a subject requirement. You talked to yourself about the things you did and what you were supposed to do instead. So, essay writing to. Ano daw yung naramdaman mo? Ano ba yung ginawa mo sa mga situation na yun? So, ito yung what can you say about your experience? What did you learn from it? So, if you have a second chance, how will you deal with the situations? Ito yung mga guide questions ha. So, sasagutan nyo to, yung mga questions na to. Sasagutan nyo, tapos i-revise nyo, gagawin yung essay form, yung mga sagot nyo. What examples of verbal and nonverbal responses will you use? So, write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Ito yung rubric sa paggawa ng essay. Kailangan malinaw, focus sa topic, main idea, malinaw, supported by detail, at saka mga accurate information, organization, huwag kalimutan, introduction, body, conclusion. Word choice, malinaw yung mga words and phrases. Tama yung mga ginagamit mong words, malinaw, madali maintindihan mo lang jargon. Siyempre, grammar and mechanics. Dapat tama. Okay, so that's gonna be all for Quarter 1 Module 5, Types of Speech Context. Hopefully, meron kayong natutunan na to. Hopefully, nakatulong ako sa inyo sa module na to. Tsaka, sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe, mag-subscribe kayo. Na-click nyo na rin yung notification bell para palagi kayong updated. So, yun lang. Tapos na.